So this is the Xshot Skins Pro Series Longshot. Let's see what comes in the box. Xshot Longshot comes with the blaster, of course, the muzzle, the scar attachment, sights, adjustable sights on top, a full-length magazine, a short dart magazine, a magazine adapter for the short dart magazine, 20 half-length darts and 20 full-length darts. So if we go from the front to the blaster to the back, on the front we have a removable muzzle, and behind that we have actually an injection molded scar barrel, just like we know from the Worker injection molded scar and also from the Dartson Pro MK4, which is interesting that it's included, which is really nice. On top of the Picatinny reel there are sights, and the front sight, the pin in the front sight is adjustable. These just slide on the blaster. If you go back on the side, there's the safety, so you don't accidentally pull the trigger. Moving back, the stock has a button on the bottom and is extendable for just a little bit, but it is extendable in 2 positions. The magazine, here we have the magazine release, and of course on the adapter we have the release for the short dart magazine. What's interesting for this blaster is that it also includes a separate mag release on both sides, so it's ambidextrous, and if you push it forward, the magazine actually gravity drops, which is really cool, especially for a bell pop design. So you can just, without moving your hand back, you can drop the magazine. So if you pull the mag release on the side of the blaster, you can see a separate bar going back, which moves a release right there, and this release matches with the release in the adapter, so it pushes releases the short dart magazine, which is really clever design in my opinion. Yes, as this is a bullpup design, there's no skinny pusher, but you can still always load a magazine. We will show you how that works later in the video when we show you the internals. The nice thing is that it is compatible with standard magazines from other major brands like Nerf, for example. If you pull the mag release, the magazine drops freely, and the same goes for the short dart magazine, which is compatible with Katana and Talon magazines. With the included scar, the blaster shoots at around 150 FPS. We did some testing with the included darts, long darts, short darts, and also with Worker short darts. And all this testing data, you can find it in the blog. That's easier to take a look there than put it all in the video. So these are the darts that are included with the Longshot, and as you can see, the dart head is a little bit smaller, even smaller than compared to this Xshot Insanity darts. So these darts do work really well in longer barrels. The short darts are also available separately in packs of 100, so these are nice, readily available short darts. So when we first received this blaster and looked at this, we were like, well, how does it work? Well, because it's a bullpup design, it works a little bit differently than other blasters that we know. So let's take a look at the internals and see how it works. So after removing the screws, this is the internals of the Xshot Skins Pro Series Longshot. Notable, all the screws are the same length, with the exception of 2 of the on the front there are 2 sort of posts that tie the 2 halves of the shell together. These have a screw that is a little bit shorter, but all the other screws are of the same length. Under the priming grip there is a Picatinny reel, so it is compatible with other grips. The grip also has a little roller to help make the priming smoother. The other grip is also removable as a separate piece, so it is possible to design different grips and swap those. So to see how this works, let me remove the spring, which you can see here, and then I can just show how it works. So this is the core of the blaster without the spring. The spring would normally be here, as you just said in the previous shot. So if you pull the priming handle back, you can see that the pusher moves back, and there's a ratchet here that's making a little bit of sound. So if you pull the priming handle completely back, you can see that the catch engages the plunger head. So if you pull forward, and remember the spring is now primed in between this area, then you move this whole assembly with the plunger forward. So now the spring is primed, the plunger is in the forward position. If you pull the trigger, the catch releases, pushing the plunger backwards, which will redirect the air into the barrel and launch the dart. In the pusher, you can see these holes. So if the pusher is pushing the dart forward, the dart is in the barrel. And when the plunger head travels backwards, it pushes the air through this turnaround piece into the barrel. And to stop the plunger head from slamming into the back of the plunger tube and in the turnaround piece, there is a spring here which dampens that motion really nicely. The turnaround piece at the back seals on the plunger tube with an O-ring right here. The barrel, this is one part, by the way, the turnaround piece. And to secure the barrel in place, there's an O-ring that seals against the barrel. As the plunger head slides over the barrel, there's also an O-ring inside of the plunger head. So that also needs to be lubricated and have a good seal to make sure the performance is good. So I've taken out this screw that connects the pusher to the pump grip. And if we remove this, we can take a closer look at the catch, which is just a spring-loaded lever. So if it is assembled, it is moved by this, basically a cam track in here. So if you pull the trigger, this bump will pull the catch down, releasing the plunger head. And the interesting thing is, if you just keep the trigger pulled backwards, that it's, when you pull the priming handle forward, it will automatically release. So that is making the slam fire of this blaster work, which is an interesting approach, and it seems to be working really well. Overall, we really like the Longshot. The skins, the painting on there is just, it looks awesome in my opinion. And overall, the Longshot has a few really great items, like the included scar barrel, the pump grip, which has Picatinny under it. It has slam fire, the magazine release right here, which works really well, extendable stock. So it is great value for money. It is a little bit like the X-Shot quality we know. It is a little bit more flimsy compared to other blasters from other brands. There's a little bit of play in the pump grip, but overall it just works. We're excited to see what this blaster can bring, especially since X-Shot is better represented in more countries around the world. So more people having access to pro performance blasters is a great thing. So we will have this in the shop. It is in the shop right now, but it is not available for order yet. But you can subscribe to the wish list, and before they will arrive, we will open up. You will get an email when we open up the pre-orders, so you can get your hands on this as soon as possible. So go to the website. The link is in the description. You can subscribe to the wait list and keep up to date that way. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you think about the Longshot in the comments. Subscribe, and see you in the next video.